only just like on a big day, so I'm back in October, November for a while.
Well, not
A
quite.
little bit in Germany, I hope, and some other places. UK this time, so I haven't worked there before much. Been in Spain, a few other places. Plugging along still at it. Still at it.
Yeah, same year he retired kind of
Okay.
from the law.
Okay.
Helping out in the hotel.
Okay.
Hotel is great.
Yeah, you're busy. That's great.
Yeah, and tired.
Yeah.
How's the house? But okay,
But you're busy.
Okay.
Let's talk on the break. Introduce yourself. Let's talk on the break. I'm glad you guys came.
All right.
Nice to see you.
We should, yeah.
Hello.
Glad you made it. Nice to see your face too.
Did you hear that? Oh, to be close to Matt. Good. Any babies here?
No, we keep asking.
We keep praying. Light a candle.
Just send them manuals.
Light a candle. Yeah, I hear you.
Thermometers, you know, this kind of thing.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
I still keep looking
So
at
they're
the
being really selfish.
Oh, no.
Is this about the grant?
It's about us. It's about us. Oh, we do. We have our three.
So we will start in just a couple of minutes. If anybody wants to get something to drink, the corner store is open till 8, and then they close down. You have to go to the bar, buy off-sale liquor for the bar. But this is just for the band. We don't sell anything here.
They don't share. We'll be
They don't share. They're very selfish. They share their
is that? Just a selfish band. You guys are all right? We have to admonish it. We set up our backyard. That's nice now.
Wonderful.
Yeah, got a little pergola going on and all that.
I'll send her a note.
You see her? Allegedly.
All right, so thank you all for coming. We're going to go ahead and start in about a minute. So grab your seats, and I will caution you all not to go bump that camera if you wouldn't mind leaving that alone. Yeah, so we do music here kind of all the time, Fridays and Saturdays primarily. But if you hadn't noticed, this is Thursday. Last night we had something, and we have a couple things on Sunday. So it goes on and on. But yeah, if you want to keep track of what we're doing and not rely on just be in the know, then just get our newsletter once a week we send out with the schedule. Yeah, but we have Michael Zilber and John Stowell here tonight. Doing a little duo, a couple sets, go till 9:30.
Yes, I think we'll stick them 3 this time.
CD's here. So yeah, so I have to bring the little placard down off the screen so that people in the world can see you. They're already hearing me yammer at them, I guess. Yeah,
Wonderful.
what can I say? We're very, very pleased. This is a collaboration that's been going on for decades, and it's about to go on for 2 hours more. After that, all bets are off. We have a feeling it will continue. John, thank you for coming down.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure to have you here. Michael, thank you for coming over, doing the thing.
Doing the thing.
Yeah, Michael actually performed the last, you don't want those things. Let's go ahead and silence those things if we can. But yeah, the last date before we really realized we had to shut it down was Michael, and I think we were just experimenting with the live stream.
It was touch and go whether we were even
Oh yeah,
do
you
that.
were, and I think somebody dropped out of the
Two of the
date.
guys bailed.
Two?
And we ended up having to get a Jason
Oh, you
Lewis
brought
to
in-
do it,
yeah.
and then we got another bass player.
Yeah, that was, I remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then we kept the stream going. We did streaming every Friday continuously with solo acts and then duo acts if they lived together, trios when they wanted to take a chance, and then eventually we built back up. So we've been live to the audience since June of last year, and it's going quite well. So, but keep coming. Audiences have been a little soft since January.
Didn't we do the last one before you started up again? With
Yeah,
live
exactly. The
audiences?
night before we went to audiences, you were like, June 18th, we had a secret audience show with Scott Foster, and you played like the night before, or something like that. And then the night after, we went to an official thing with an audience, and on from there. So, and here we are. Here you are. So, give me a second to let the world see our performers, and we'll
That's one of our big hits.
Yes.
Oh, look how beautiful you guys look. That's exquisite. Let's give these guys a round of applause.
So should I talk into this, Eric, or not?
Yeah, talk to them.
Okay. I don't know whether you guys will hear it, but
Wait, I've unmuted. Now it's unmuted. Oh, wow.
okay. No, I'm just kidding. It worked. Okay. Hi, hello here and hello out there, and pleased to be here with my friend and wonderful guitar player, John Stowell. John and I have been playing together since about 2005. We've put out 3 CDs, quartets. We're threatening to put out a duo CD. Could happen. It could happen to us, yeah. And we're going to start off with a tune that we really like playing together that John actually introduced me to. How many of you know the great composer Jerome Kern? Great, yeah. Jerome, he said that you were all the things you are, man. Yeah. Anyway, Jerome Kern wrote things like All the Things You Are, the Way You Look Tonight, and a lot of great tunes. And this, John introduced me to, this was the very last tune that Jerome Kern wrote. This is a song called Nobody Else But You, and Nobody Else But Me, thanks, yeah. And it's a great song. It's very cool, and we just enjoy playing it, and it's on one of our records. I think it's on our Basement Blues record. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to play it for you now. We're going to play it just sort of mainly a mix of things we've done together over the years, and so glad that we get to play together. This is our first performance together since 2018 or 19, COVID, right before COVID, yeah. Yeah, so here we go.
This was written for a revival of Showboat, by the way.
Oh.
And it was not part of the original show. He wrote the music for the original show and the music for the revival. This tune was written for the revival.
I never knew that was written for Showboat.
It was.
Because the lyrics are not good. Right? Did he write the lyrics?
I don't think he did lyrics.
Yeah.
Did Jerome Kern do his own lyrics? I don't think he did. Cole Porter, yes.
Cole Porter, yes.
Yeah. Kind of the same. Maybe like it. standard I know that does that.
What he means by that is that we're in this key, and you know, you go a lot of places from this key. You could go to this key, or you go from this key to like to this key, or this key to even to this key, or this key to this key. But John's right. I don't know any other standard where they're in C major, so you can follow along at home, those who are watching. You're in C major, and by measure 5, you snuck to B major. Isn't that nice? And you don't even notice it. He sneaks it. He sneaks it right past you.
Pretty clever. And he's only there for about 4 bars, and he goes right back to C.
Yeah, just that's that little bit. Like for musicians, you go, that's cool. That's a nice thing.
Now you can tell all your friends the next time you hear the tune.
Oh yeah, that goes.
Yeah, it goes to B. I know that tune.
Yeah.
A Latin tune? One of yours, or?
What do we got here?
We got some of yours here. We can do Cookie Monster. Want to?
Want to do Cookie Monster? Sure.
Mike's written hundreds of songs, and this is one of them that we have recorded and we like. We've tried this as a duo before, probably.
We have now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have we done it in a gig? I bet we have.
As a duo?
Yeah,
probably.
probably.
Yeah. So this is on another record of ours. I think it might be something called Live Beauty, and I wrote it because my wife really likes Cookie Monster, and so I decided to write a song called Cookie Monster's Blue, and which ended up being called the Cookie Monster Blues, and it's not a blues, but it's a funny title. And so this is Cookie Monster Blue. We hope you enjoy it.
Mark the other day at our rehearsal, it's just like we kind of pick up where we left off 3 or 4 years ago. And that's the beauty of long-standing musical friendships. You don't lose that connection, even if you have a little break in between. Longer break than we planned.
Definitely. What do you want to do?
How about another one of these? Could be Kai, could be... Yeah, you want to do that? Okay, sure. We're going to do one that John Scofield wrote. It's a contrafact, actually. There's an old country tune called Wabash Cannonball. Real simple, just 4 chords. And John wrote a new melody on those existing simple set of changes. He calls it Wabash 3. I think he wrote this in the 70s. It's kind of fun. So you can sing along with the original Wabash Cannonball lyrics, and it does fit. I don't remember the last time I actually played this melody. We'll see how it sounds.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. How's that? 1, 2, The melody wasn't perfect, but not bad for not having played it for 4 years. It'll be slightly better the next time, guys. Something slow and pretty. How about Isfahan?
Isfahan sounds great.
How many people like Isfahan? You know that tune from Billy Strayhorn? Isfahan, part of the Far East Suite. And we do an arrangement that I introduced Mike to from bassist Steve Gilmore, who played with Phil Woods. Billy Strayhorn liked to play in the key of D flat, Lush Life, Loverman Heavy Medical Group. A lot of his songs are composed for the key of D flat. There's D flat for your reference. And this arrangement starts in the key of C. That's where we begin. We're not going to the key of B, however, for this song.
We do at some point.
Do we?
At the very end, right?
We do. At the very end, we'd actually reference the B at the very end of the tune. We go there eventually. It's the very last chord, however. But check out this beautiful melody.
Well, you told me that I guess I shouldn't say listen to the mic. John showed me for the avid streamers. John showed me a clip of the Ellington band doing Isfahan, performing it live with the great alto saxophonist Johnny Hodges playing the melody, and Duke Ellington, who was quite the performer and the showman. It was a really elegant television setting, and Duke walked up with a piece of sheet music and held it up in front of.
Holding it like this.
Yeah.
In front of Johnny Hodges. Johnny Hodges couldn't read.
He wasn't looking at it.
And Duke wasn't looking at the music, but Duke wanted to be in the camera shot. I'm sure that's very nice.
Yeah.
The whole song, he's standing there like this. They're not looking at each other. Neither one of them's looking at the chart.
You can look at it on YouTube. It's called Isfahan.
It sounds beautiful, but it's a funny little showbiz moment that Duke wanted to be on camera.
Yeah.
Isfahan, by the way, is an important UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was an important trade route city in Iran. I've heard it's a beautiful town. One time I introduced the tune, and a man raised his hand and said, "I know, I'm from Isfahan." It's only happened once.
another, at least Strayhorn to the end of the set.
Yeah.
Like Upper Manhattan.
Even then, gee, I played that one real well. That should be all right.
Yeah, good.
When Billy was sick, he was still composing, so he wrote tunes entitled "Thank You." So Billy and Duke Ellington both had pianos in their hospital rooms when they were sick and knew they wouldn't be around much longer. They were still composing. So some of Billy's tunes are things like Blood Count and Upper Manhattan Medical Group. That's what we're going to play for you now. But they're beautiful tunes. But I just love the fact that they had the creative spirit still burning inside of them when they knew they were failing physically. Their creative spirit was still burning very brightly, and that's pretty inspiring. So I don't know if we've ever played this one together, but we both know it. I'm going to do Lotus Blossom with you too sometime.
Yeah, we've done that one.
Yeah. So here's Upper Manhattan Medical Group from Billy.
Yeah, yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
Okay. So that could be the intro too, yeah?
That was our rehearsal.
Yeah, we just rehearsed it. Start right with the melody, or you want to do that little
Let's just start right on.
You got it. Take off. You got it.
One, two,
Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break so we can find some more notes to play. And that was, by the way, how many of you, it's okay if you don't know who Billy Strayhorn is. Do you not, anyone in here not know who Billy Strayhorn is? Okay, great. Thank you. Then you have a treat. Billy Strayhorn wrote a lot of the songs that people think that Duke Ellington wrote. For instance, he's the one who wrote Take the A Train, and he's the one who wrote Satin Doll. Billy Strayhorn grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he also wrote a very famous song that Ellington made well known to everybody called Lush Life. And Strayhorn wrote this song, Lush Life, which is considered one of the brilliant songs in modern American music. The lyrics to it start off, I used to visit all those very gay places, those come what may places, where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life to get the feel of life for jazz and cocktails. That was the first line. And he wrote that about Paris, and he was 17 living in Pittsburgh. So just total genius. You know, was that part of his audition for Ellington?
Would you like to hear the story of Billy Strayhorn's audition for Duke Ellington?
Yes.
So he did write that song, as Mike said, when he was a teenager living in Pittsburgh. He already had a reputation locally as a great composer, pianist when he was very young. And a friend of his had an uncle who brought Duke to Pittsburgh for some concerts. There was always an upright piano in the dressing room for Duke, in case he wanted to compose. So they arranged a little audition after the concert. Duke was tired. Come on in, kid. Hello, Mr. Ellington. My name's Billy Strayhorn. Here's the way you played Sophisticated Lady tonight. I've made some changes. Here's my version. And I didn't know what it was. Whatever it was, Duke looked over and said, tell some of the guys in the band to come down here to hear this kid. So at some point during the audition, he said, and here's a song I wrote called Lush Life. He played that for him. So Duke said, just come to New York and I'll find something for you to do, copying music or doing something. So he didn't hear anything, so he just got on a train and went to New York. He gets in and says, I need to get up to Harlem. Could you tell me how to do that? He asked somebody. Yes, you take the A train. Take the A train. I don't know if he wrote it on that first trip up, but that's one of the tunes he wrote. Yeah, so the next 30 years of his life, he died young, unfortunately, in his early 50s, but the next 30 years of his life was collaborating with Duke. And an important, really important, he had one record as a leader in 30 years with Duke. He stayed in Duke's shadow more or less happily. You know, Duke allowed him to compose and create, but I think Duke belatedly gave him more credit as that partnership went on and endured. But Billy did one record as a leader when they were in Paris doing the soundtrack for Paris, is it Paris Blues? What is that movie? With Paul Newman. And Billy did a record in the Paris studio that's quite nice. That's his only record as a leader in 30 years with Duke. It's a nice record. So do check out Billy if you don't know him.
Yeah, one last thing we should say about Billy was that he was a closeted gay black man in the 1940s and 50s when that wasn't safe, and Duke kind of gave him kind of the protection to live his life, and it was a beautiful thing that he did so. So Billy Strayhorn, if you want to hear like one record of Billy Strayhorn stuff, can I recommend? There's something called And His Mother Called Him Bill that Ellington and the band recorded after Strayhorn died, and it's all Strayhorn's beautiful, beautiful songs. So there you go. More about Billy Strayhorn than you ever wanted to know.
That'd be good, you know, just something we can start off with. Year two, stay right there. I wish. Shot good beauty, got Colin Almond. Those are the and Stolen Heart. Those are all nice. They're kind of mainly on the slow side. So we've been a couple of sticky kisses, yeah.
All right, folks, thank you for sticking around. Very nice of you. We're going to go ahead and get a second set going.
Cool.
Isn't that a fine idea? All right?
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, John, Mike, thank you so much. All right? Enjoy.
Thank you.
We'll start with something, we have more pretty stuff than fast stuff, so we'll start with something pretty so we can mix in the fast
Sure
stuff.
we can. What do you feel like?
Let's see. How about, Colin?
Sure. You wanna announce this for them for the mic and the mic?
Sure, for the interweb crowd.
Exactly. Thanks for sticking around, guys.
So this, one of the things I enjoy doing is taking familiar jazz standards and American songbook standards and recasting them or reimagining them with different harmonies and different forms. The only thing that doesn't get changed is the melody, the original melody. So there's a great song by Dizzy Gillespie called Con Alma, which means with soul. And I did a version of it that John and I recorded, and it's with a entitled by somebody who doesn't speak Spanish well, because that would be me. So I called it Con Alma Mas, and then I was corrected to say, no, it's actually Con Mas Alma, with more soul. So forget that I ever said Con Alma Mas. It's called Con Mas Alma. It's on one of our records. First record. Okay, cool. And so this is something called Con Mas Alma, and by Dizzy Gillespie as reinterpreted by me.
Just sort of hang out on E flat sus for a little bit.
You bet.
Do you know the melody?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the original, the original melody, right?
It is.
I can do it.
It is. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Mike's harmony is totally different from Dizzy's, but it does fit with the melody quite well.
Yeah, the original sounded like this. Same melody.
Yep. We knew we played that last. It's been quite a while.
Many years.
We should play it slightly more often.
We should.
Like we're going to.
Yeah.
Understand it perhaps? What are some other standardy things? We could try Sticky Kisses now. You want to try it?
Let me hold off. That may be our that could be our barn burner.
Penultimate or something like this, like Someone in Love or Yesterday's or like a Meaning Swing.
That's kind of nice, like Someone in Love. Yeah.
How about an old standard? Is that okay? There's one called Like Someone in Love.
That's who wrote that?
I have no idea.
Anybody know who wrote Like Someone in Love?
You can Google that for us.
Nobody knows.
Siri knows.
Yeah. I could ask. I'm not going to ask. Okay.
You like C, E flat, or key
E flat's good.
to E flat.
Hang on 1 second here. Who wrote the song Like Someone in Love?
Checking, Mike.
Jimmy Van Heusen was the composer and Johnny Burke wrote the lyrics.
Okay.
Here we go. So the internet's good for something.
You're sitting in a small room in the Brill building with an upright piano like that, probably, pumping out these tunes. It's from a show? No idea. You know?
I'm not going to ask.
Okay.
'Cause
Wish or The Waltz? What's your preference? You want to try I Wish?
Sure.
So, I wrote a song quite a while ago, and I didn't have a title for it, and I played it for a friend's preschool. So I asked a group of young.
Hold on. Tell those out in like internet land.
Okay.
So we have done a few of my songs over the years in concerts and recordings. And this was one that I had written, I had no title for, and I played it for a friend's preschool class. And I asked for suggestions, and a beautiful little blonde girl raised her hand and said, after she heard the tune, I wish. She didn't tell me Stevie Wonder also wrote a tune called I Wish, which sounds kind of different from this version. So here's our version of I Wish.
But the melody is exactly the same.
No, and we're not in B either, by the way. So here's my version of, our version of I Wish. We have recorded this and played this both with the group and in duo. I think we've done both. We haven't done it in a while. We'll see how it sounds.
So you do one, so I'll join you the second time. We'll play a couple of choruses, take it up. Perfect. By the way, that last is a great tune by John. This that's for some of you probably know this term. That's called rubato playing. That we're just sort of like following each other, following off the melody. It's not in any specific time, so it will be a little different each time around. Yeah. So this is a very cool tune that John introduced me to reasonably recently, I guess. And this is by a wonderful bassist named Steve Swallow, who a lot of jazz musicians really revere, and he's still with us. And he wrote a number of famous tunes that people like to play, and this one is a little more off the beaten track, but it's a very, very cool tune. It goes just about everywhere harmonically, but in a very natural and beautiful way, and it's got a kind of a melody that sticks with you. It's got a sticky melody, which makes sense because the tune is called Sticky Kisses.
That's the first time either one of us has played that in a while. Fun, right? It moves around quite a bit. It moves around quite a bit.
There's a line that somebody said to me once. There was a band director I had, and he had a heavy Texas accent, and we played a tune that had a lot of chord change, and he goes, "Yeah, more changes than a maternity ward."
Should we send them out on something pretty?
Yeah.
One of yours? We got a couple of slow ones here. How about Shot Through or
Going to shot through?
what do you think?
Sure.
So our first CD, microphone.
Our first CD is called Shot Through with Beauty, and that's the tune. That's a quote that Mike is fond of that he can give you the whole version of, but this is the song called Shot Through with Beauty. You can give them the whole quote if you like. It's a pretty nice quote.
Actually, yeah, it's the tag to my email, so let me
Oh.
see if I can find it.
He'll give you the whole thing.
Give you this, it's short. Yeah, if I can find it. Hold on a second. I'll find it.
2 notes coming to a bar.
That's
You're
funny.
trying to do next to an octopus.
Let's see. I should have this memorized by now, but I don't. Okay, this is beautiful. So I was going through a tough time, and this quotation helped me through it. It's by George Santayana. Most of you know his most famous quote is, "Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it." Okay, so this is another quote I really like of his, and it has Shot Through with Beauty in it. It says, "The world is not respectable, it is mortal, tormented, confused, deluded forever. But it is shot through with beauty, with love, with glints of courage and laughter, and in these the spirit blooms timidly and struggles to the light amid the thorns."
More words to that effect.
Something like that. Put this back on airplane mode just in case.
Yep. Kind of see?
Sure, why don't we start off with the D?
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
like to thank Eric for hosting us, and please continue to support what he's doing here. It's a special place to play, don't you think?
Yes.
Please tell your friends and come back when you can to support what Eric's doing here. We'd love to play for you again, too.
Yeah, and they have these devices here that they had before they had screens. They're called books, and they're really pretty cool. You know, I mean, they're kind of a nice way to like gather information, and you don't have those annoying blue links and distractions. You just get to lose yourself in a book, which is not too many better feelings than that. So, a great bookstore, great venue. So we thank you for listening. We're gonna do something that's just sort of happy and friendly.
Standard or?
You can do stand.
Yeah, do what do you feel. Maybe something pretty from Jobim or a standard to standard.
We could do like just a green dolphins.
Okay, let's do that. And I get to see your E flat.
E flat's nice.
Here's one from Bronislaw Kaper. You all know and love Bronislaw, right? He actually is more well known than you think in jazz circles. He started as a classical composer, I think. He came to America to write for film. And two of his tunes are part of sort of the jazz standard repertoire, one of which is On Green Dolphin Street. That's what we're going to play for you. He also wrote a nice one called Invitation.
He also wrote Louie Louie.
Uncredited.
You didn't know that?
With C or E flat?
E flat.
Well, just play Louie Louie.
If you listen closely enough, you'll hear Louie
Oh.
Louie.
Any tempo you like.
Thanks so much. Thanks for listening.
See you all again.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming out once again. John Stowell coming down from Portland for this. John on guitar. And Michael Zilber on saxophone. He's a very local treasure, but they're West Coast treasures.
Buried treasure.
Buried treasure. Well, we unearth them once in a while. Yeah.
Thanks for hosting us, Eric.
Oh, really my pleasure. Thank you all for coming, various directions. I know some of you got word from John, some of you looked at our emails a lot, some of you just walked in off the street. Both of those folks down to the back just happened by. Maureen said she was going to maybe stay for one tune of the second set, and then probably she seems to still be here. And yeah, thank you very much. So this is a pleasure to present this music.
Thank you.
I'm very honored to be able to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take some CDs home. Pay for them.
Special price for you guys.
Yeah,
tonight.
special price, double the usual. But double your fun. This is the two of them on this one, and a lot of John's CDs, I think, in here too. So anyway, thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, and we have other shows here. So I'm going to hand you each a schedule as you go out the door, and you should get on our email list, and you should come when you see a show you like on the schedule. There will be a lot. All right, thanks again.
Well, thanks a lot. It was great.
You guys met my friends before. This is Bernard and Eric.
That was quite a while.
Actually, the first time that I met you, after we'd been in contact, was at Frank Handy's, and it was with Mike. The very first time you came. Frank Handy's.
What's your name?
Beckett.
Oh, I remember your name. Yeah.
She's German, and she's lived here. She has the Bird Hotel. I told you about that. They house all these exotic birds by the airport. It's pretty interesting. The Bird Hotel. Pretty interesting. I'll have 200 exotic birds in this giant space by the airport where they live. It's quite a job. Quite a job. I visited her there. It's like a zoo. It's amazing.
What kind of birds do you have? Yeah.
Some of them are this big, and they sound like a fire engine when they quack. When they squawk.
Now, do you see? Because like in theory, they're the closest thing we have to dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, alligators and dinosaurs. Those are the ancestry. You can see that their feet.
The claw.
Well, not the claws. 55 million years
Over the
of evolution.
Wow.
That's why they can fly and they have more vertebrae than we do.
Compared to them.
Beautiful.
Now,
Thanks a lot for coming.
do they connect with you? Are they affectionate?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be playing with some. Yeah, I mean, I'm easy to reach if you guys are having a birthday for any reason. Please tell me. Please tell me if you're coming up.
And they live quite a while, some of them, right?
Let me know if you're coming up. Please.
I love her.
She has all the contact.
She does that. It's really fun.
I used to go, I used to spend some time in Eugene after years.
This guitar was made in
Yeah,
Eugene.
it's interesting,
A
'cause I went
friend
and
of
saw
mine built
the
that
Zilber
guitar
on
in
the,
Eugene. This little treble.
Tyrannosaurus
It
Rex,
was built in
and
Eugene.
they showed the whole evolution of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and like, you know, they put feathers on and all. They say, oh yeah, I see.
Still a nice college town.
I see. They didn't fly.
Doesn't change
Those
much,
ones didn't fly. But, the feathers and the whole. Pterodactyls.
All right, well,
Great to see you.
it was nice
Great to
seeing
see you.
again.
Great to see you too, Aaron. Let's stay in touch. Thank you very much. Thanks for making it. Guys, see you next time. We'll stay in contact, huh? Very well.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, Eric. See you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Glad you came.
Who did you say you were
Yeah.
spitting?
They don't come off?
Oh, it's Naja.
I hear you. I don't hear you as well, but I hear you. What?
Thanks again, Eric. See you soon.
They do all college stuff.
Good for you.
I know, you have to make it fun.
You have to do something.
Try to do this as often as we can.
Get through it all.
At the very least at the house. I bet Eric will just back in here sometime.
The last, I don't remember.
Fun little gig. I'm happy to do it.
Oh,
I love
I
this.
couldn't
This
wait.
is fun. Yeah, it's like a little coffee house. It's fun.
He had been retired forever. I couldn't
Perfect for
wait.
us. It's an okay piano too.
It gets,
It's in tune.
it's in tune, I can hear it fine. Hope I wasn't too loud.
I didn't finish until 20.
Gentlemen, I just want to say how much I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for
My name is
coming.
John Howden, I'm a piano
So
player.
it's been 2 years.
And so I just happened to be driving by here because I've been over having Chinese dinner with my son. I came back this way, what, 9 o'clock, and it said open in the
So you wandered in. Thanks for sticking around.
So there's a place to park, just walk by. I've only been here about half an hour. You guys played really well together,
Thank you
great
for coming.
ear, great sensitivity, and
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
it was an accident.
It's a happy
But
accident.
yeah, it was the right thing.
Little serendipity there.
Yeah.
Thank
Where
you
were
for
you eating
coming.
Chinese food?
Henry's Hunan
Oh, yeah, right.
on Church.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
drag.
It's
It
good.
is good, yeah.
That's why I didn't want to come
So,
back.
real pleasure.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks, John.
Okay.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Now I'm
All right,
just used to
keep
not
going.
being there.
Don't let it rust.
I'm just trying to get her back. I know, I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
Did I tell you how I met Birgit? Pretty interesting story. I was playing with a friend in Germany. I see this paperback book called Ride the Wild Air. And it's an autobiography.
That's what-
Birgit's
that's who I
autobiography.
thought
She
you
started out
were.
racing motorcycles in Germany. And she was one of the first female professional riders. Yeah, and she came to the States. And I kind of tried to race over there.
I don't have
Became a
it. I don't
sponsor. She
have
tried
patience.
other lines of work. She eventually got into the shipping business where she was managing all these big international shipping planes and boats too, like really complex international shipping, doing it out of SFO, a couple of ports.
But
She
it's
was
good that
married
you're
in
cutting
LA, and
back
then she had
because
moved
that'll
up
make
here,
it easier.
and she kind of got burned out on all this really high stress.
I've got a couple schedules left in hand. Who wants one?
He'll
Three
take it.
schedules
He'll
for
take
2
it.
people.
We're the same house.
She babysitted these 2 birds for
We're
her
good.
friend.
Good.
The word somehow got out to
Yeah,
her
thank
friend,
you.
so she initially
Yeah,
started
thank
doing
you
it
for
in her
responding to
apartment.
the call and getting
I
down
met
there.
her
Absolutely.
when
On
we
short
met, I
notice.
met her the same time
what
you
time
did that
did you
night
guys
for
like
friends.
that?
So I just contacted her after I read her book from my friend.
Just met her.
I saw it on his
Germany.
Facebook.
And it's a great book. And
Michael.
sometimes
I
scoped out the bars
sometimes
locally, so
know
found one.
that is about
What's that?
relationships.
I
How are you?
scoped out the bars that were
There you go.
nearby.
How we met, and that was 15
Park.
years ago.
Yeah.
She's come out to here quite a few times.
French 15 years ago.
Right here is Glen
Right.
Park Station.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
10, 12 years ago.
That's
The
the
bar
one?
station,
John,
it was
I
the bar.
the first
Oh, it's
time
the
that I
bar
ever
Oh, yeah?
played with you at that time.
Yeah. Silver Tree.
John Jason.
Yeah, you've tried it a few times. Anyhow, she came, she wasn't there.
So we had a guy in here playing
So this
last
has
week.
morphed into
Tony
a
Saunders,
business
so
where
you
her
remember
little apartment was
Saunders?
packed with birds, and then eventually moved on. She's got a giant space. It's the size of an
Professors
industrial
of Tony's
warehouse. And they
Merle's
live
son.
there,
I
and
said,
they've
yeah, I
got
used to live
sometimes
at Silver
100 birds.
Tree and
It's
Yeah.
a
And
legend.
she's
Yeah,
got
right,
pre-pandemic levels,
Yeah.
so she
Yeah.
gets real wealthy clients that are going away for a month.
he'll be back on
And
Sunday.
She cares for them.
Yeah, she takes care of them in cages.
good.
But some of these birds might be like this big. They're huge, like jungle, exotic jungle birds worth thousands of dollars probably.
Yeah, I don't
Thank
blame
you.
you.
But
It's
it
American.
really does
Thanks a
sound like
lot.
you're in the middle of the
Thank you.
Amazon rainforest, and
Wow.
it's a
Let me
trip.
say bye to my
So
trip.
they must have a bedroom where they can
Kind of.
sleep.
That was a blast.
Thanks a lot for having us, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great of us. I hope we can do another one sometime.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, put a stand touch through
Call
Mike.
me and
We
look
love,
at my calendar when as soon as we book and say, yeah, it's on there.
we would
Good.
love to do another one. We'd love to. I'm usually here
That'd be
twice a
great.
year.
Good.
We'd love to play together, so
Yeah.
it'd be
Yeah.
fun.
This was truly fun.
Thanks a lot for having us. This is up on your YouTube channel or your
Uh-huh,
website?
and Facebook.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We'd love to see it.
Oh, I gotta stop on the recording.
All right.
I do tend to forget that.
Yeah, so she's not been in touch
So
with
if you've said a lot of scurrilous things, you know, we can use it against you later. Okay, so first we'll stop this one. There's
Actually,
3
met her-
recording devices
I
in
met
here.
her
Plus
aunt
there's
in-
one in the potted plant behind
I
you.
met her aunt in Germany too. She told me about her aunt, and her aunt and husband came out to hear me a couple of times there.
Wow.
So we've been friends for a while now.
What was? Did you still get over to Germany or?
Yeah, I was in, actually I'm not in Germany, but I was in Europe in July. I'm going back over for a while in the fall. I was trying to put a good work together.